Hello, it's Kathy from Cameo Craft Class, and I'm going to show you how to trace this really quick. So I have the file opened up, and you said you know how to do that. So what you're going to do is go over here on the right side of your Silhouette Studio software and click the open the Trace Panel button, and you're going to click Select Trace Area. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit on the image so you can see up close a little bit what I'm doing. So I'm going to click Select Trace Area, and then I'm going to use my pointer tool to draw a box inside the image, just cutting off a little bit of the color, but it'll be easier for you to trace it this way. So you draw the box and let it go, and then you're going to turn your threshold up, and I usually turn it up to somewhere in the 80s, but this one looks like it fills in pretty nicely and maintains the bottom of the light bulb where the screw in part is at right about 74. If you go too much over that, then it starts filling in, but you can adjust that just to whatever looks good to you since it's your logo. And then once you get that where you like it, you just click trace right here. And then you'll end up with an image that looks like this. And if you want to fill it in to see what it's going to look like, that's it. And if you wanted to draw a box the same size, you could go over here to your shape tool and just draw your box to fit this shape. And I'm on my shape tool now, so I got to switch back to my pointer to resize the box. And then you'll drag this over. And then if you needed to adjust it up or down this way, you could. And then that's it. When you went to cut it, you could send the box first as your white background, and I covered it up. I'm going to right click and send that to the back so that you can see it. And that's what it would look like. So if you wanted to line this up and cut them separately in different colors, you could draw little shapes just out to the side, like one here and one here. You could do circles, squares, whatever you wanted. And then when you go to cut this, what you're going to do is, let me zoom out a little bit over to the cutting mat. So I'm going to drag all of this with the little squares over here. And I'm going to resize this a little bit to fit on the portrait size mat. And what you would do is you can make a copy of this. And I do that by hitting Command C, Command V, but you can also use the duplicate tool, which is right here, and you can duplicate it. So always keep the original in case something crazy happens. I'm going to drag it off the mat, and then I'm going to delete the white background here and the red background here. And then I'm going to select all three of these with my pointer tool and right click and group. That way they don't get lost. And then I'll right click and group this. And then they're both the same size, so you'll cut this out first, either one, and then you'll cut the white part out, and then you'll use these little squares that you cut and line them up when you are transferring them from the vinyl sheet to the transfer tape. And if you line up those squares, it should make your image line up really nicely. And if you have any problems or questions, let me know.